Infusing environmental themes into the curriculum has multifold benefits. It creates opportunity to apply concepts in the real-world context and molds the learners into environmentally conscious individuals. To do this, environment does not have to be taught as a separate subject, but needs to have an infusion approach. This adds meaning to all that they learn through mainstream subject curriculum. In this module, let's understand how to go about it. A little imagination and some preparation are all we need to incorporate environmental themes into different subjects taught in school. A simple approach is to pick up a learning objective, theme, or concept from a specific lesson. Choose an environmental theme that the students can relate with and create an activity that contributes to environmental awareness, or allow them to take action towards solving a local environmental issue. Some of the common environmental themes can be status of water availability in the locality, the problem of waste, or air pollution around, or the menace of invasive species. In this module, we demonstrate examples that draw upon themes from lessons prescribed by NCERT for classes 3 to 8. The story in the Class 4 English lesson of the NCERT textbook is based on the concept of the body's internal body clock. We can use this theme to introduce students to the fact that different animals have their own body clocks too. Some animals are active during the day, some at night, and some at times in between. As an infusion activity, students can make picture flashcards of animals found in their city and mention whether each is active during the day or at night. Nature offers a host of patterns and designs to marvel at. This offers the opportunity for a fun activity for the Class 3 mathematics lesson on shapes and designs. Students at this level are expected to identify 2D shapes. So, the lesson can include a fun infusion activity called a shape walk. Take the students on a walk on the school grounds or in a nearby park where they can draw in a scrapbook the various shapes they spot. They could trace the outlines of stones, sticks, or fallen leaves and name the shapes that these resemble. They could also try to find familiar 2D shapes among the more complex shapes and patterns of nature. Environmental studies may seem as an easy subject for infusion activities, but some themes may require a little creativity. A Class 3 lesson describes different family structures beyond the conventional two-parent family. In animals too, the young of various animals may be cared for by the female or male, both parents, or a group of individuals. Sometimes the young have to survive on their own. Students can explore how different animals care for their young and can make a scrapbook of pictures on the theme. The Class 6 English lesson on how the dog in search of the strongest master eventually choose to be man's servant brings out how humans are the most powerful species on earth. We can use this lesson to explain how humans have a responsibility to protect other living things and to emphasize the importance of compassion towards animals. As an infusion activity, students could design a directory with the names, addresses, and contact numbers of animal rescue organizations or hospitals in the city that rescue and care for sick or injured stray animals and urban wildlife. Encourage the students to share the directory with others and to report any animal in distress that they find to the relevant organization. Creating infusion activities for mathematics for higher classes is not as daunting as it seems. We could adopt an application-based approach where students can use mathematical concepts they have learned to conduct an activity. Class 6 students are expected to learn how to represent collated data in the form of a bar graph. Data representation and interpretation is a valuable skill required in many professional fields and is also an essential part of any scientific or environmental study. Ask the students to conduct a survey amongst their classmates or families in their neighborhood on how many people follow green habits such as carpooling, reusing water, recycling, composting, and so on. Students should then represent their data in the form of a bar graph. Social science has tremendous scope for the inclusion of infusion activities. For example, a Class 7 geography lesson discusses the means of transport such as railways and roadways. As an infusion activity, students could research innovative materials and technologies being used to construct roads in a more environment-friendly manner. They could design a PowerPoint presentation on the theme, thus practicing another valuable skill, communication. Students in Class 8 are introduced to hormones and their important roles within the human body. We could extrapolate this theme to make students aware of how some chemicals in the common everyday product mimic or interfere with our body's hormones and therefore affect our health. As an infusion activity, ask the students to create a guide to products that contain such hormone disrupting chemicals and safer products or methods we can use in their place. There are many more fun infusion activities we can come up with. Enriched with worksheets and online resources to explore, infusion activities can encourage children to observe, explore, and understand their environment. This is a critical step in preparing them to be environmentally conscious citizens of the world. Now, you give it a try. Select a lesson of your choice and plan an infusion activity. Also, design a worksheet to accompany the activity. For examples of worksheet, refer to the lesson linked sample worksheets that accompany this slideshow.